And you're not talking.
Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm setting up a board, and I think you guys have what's called a foam board. So it's squishy in the middle. You can reuse this board for, you can reuse, okay. You can reuse this board.
It's a circle and a R-E.
Okay. So I'll show you how I set your boards up. So what I did, I recycled, and I'm reusing a cereal box. So this is what I'm going to be using for people who are missing their boards. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to turn this over, and your paper goes on top, and the tape is just going to cover just a little bit of the edge so that when we peel it off, you're going to have a white border on the outside. Okay, so let me set this one up. So I want to have it pretty even on all sides. So there's that. And then the extra I can just fold over and go on the other side. So this keeps your painting wet, not wet, it keeps it straight so it doesn't bend while it dries. But you'd be surprised, this is going to dry pretty quickly. And I have way extra. So when you have way extra, you can get scissors, you can fold it around, or you can just tear it. So this is painter's tape. It's not as sticky as masking tape. But basically what we're doing is that we're going to mask. So with a mask, what do you know about a mask and what it does? If you're going to a party, like around Mavin's birthday, what kind of mask do you guys wear then?
Miss Capella.
Yes.
We're gonna need like this little cardboard thing.
Oh, you'll need it. You'll need it. I'll show you what you'll need it for. So around Halloween, Mavin has a birthday, right? Doesn't he have a Halloween birthday party every year? I know that because Chloe's in his class. So before COVID, he would have a party, right? So a mask, it covers your face. So what this masking tape is that it's going to cover your paper and it's going to protect it. Here, let me switch my cord, and I'm going to move this because we need our paper in this direction. Okay, so it's tall.
What's that thing in the corner?
Can you say that again?
What's that thing in the corner?
What's the thing in the corner where I am?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a little desk at school. So I'm having trouble.
Like a little circle.
I'm running out of
There's
room.
a little circle.
A little circle.
And it says REC.
Oh, record. I'm recording this for your classmates. I'm going to make this a assignment in Seesaw for people who aren't here so they can follow along. Okay, so this is what our end project is going to look like. We're going to have a moon. You could either have a full moon or you can have a crescent moon. And you're going to have at least 2 birch trees. These are white birch trees. And I'm going to show you how to make these textures on the tree. So that's what our goal is that we're going to work on, is making texture using our painting tools that we have, okay? And these are going to be the photos for your literary journal writing. So I talked with Mrs. Burns, and so she knows these are coming. And the watercolor paint is awesome because it glitters. It's a special glitter paint. And it's dark time, so the sky is dark, so we don't want to add water to make it lighter. Okay, so that's what that's gonna look like. So we have our paper. Here, let me raise this higher so we can see it a little more. Welcome back, Mikey.
I logged out on accident.
Oh, that's okay, no problem. Okay, so we have our paper. We're gonna need a brush. Let me go get my brush.
Okay, okay.
Oh, there's Quentin's. So that's Quentin's. And let me find a brush for me. Okay. So here's my brush. And so in your cups, you have a combination of a little bit of violet or purple glitter paint, black glitter paint, and blue glitter. Oh, look at that. That looks so neat. And then we have blue glitter paint. So we have a combination of those three. And I will get a cup too and pour mine.
They're doing watch.
And so you'll just get your brush.
I'm gonna wait till you send the video, okay?
What's that?
I'm gonna wait till you send the video.
Okay. I'll upload this also. So there's the blue. Here's the black. And I'm also going to do a little purple. Why? Because why not? So I'm just going to put a little in there. So they're going to kind of mix together. Okay, so in one of my paintings, I have a little bit of the snow on the bottom. So you can have a little section here that's going to have some snow on it, and that's okay if you want to. Or if you want just the sky, you can paint over the bottom and not have to worry about the snow. So I'm going to show you how to do this part right here. Okay, so on our board, so this one I will use. So our masking tape, you're going to take some masking tape off from this little wooden dowel here that I have, this wooden stick. And this is going to be the trunk, the main trunk of your trees. So you're going to need 2 of them, okay? Then we're going to, here's another one where they're a little closer. And then I have the moon on the outside. This one, they're a little farther apart, and I'm going to have the moon in between the trees. So choose your challenge, whichever way you would like to have your trees. But your trees are going to touch the top, and they're going to go all the way to the bottom. So I am going to peel some of this tape off, and I will put some up there. And I'm going to unravel this.
Did I do that?
Yep, you do this right now. So you can do this right now. And you could either use scissors to cut it or you can tear it. So I just tore it with my fingers. And when you tear, you want your finger like right at the top of the tape. And then they're both going to go in different directions. So one goes front and the other goes back. And so you're going to need this for the branches because the branches are thinner. And then we're going to tear the middle carefully. We're going to tear, or you can use scissors. That's fine too.
Look, this tape's able to split. Look, watch. You can one you want it.
So just make sure that
Can we rip it?
Yeah.
make sure your tape is pretty relatively up and down, straight up and down. And let me get another one for another tree. I'm going to have an opening. I'm going to put the moon in the middle on this one. So I make it longer. And then I'm going to just rip it, tear it. And then this goes here. So it touches the bottom and it touches the top, and then press it down. So when we take these off, you're gonna leave the white of the paper. Same thing with the edge. I already taped it for you, so there's gonna be a white edge all the way around. So now you have little side pieces. Now you can be creative and figure out how you're going to have your tree, the tree limbs. So there's one tree limb. I'll put this tree limb up here. I have more tape on the side. And I'm gonna tear this. And I'm going to have, actually this one I'm gonna make a little longer. So I want this to go across. So I'll make this tree limb longer. So it's gonna go like this. So then I just tear, take my time. And if it comes apart, that's okay. Just keep tearing it. So now I have two pieces. This one is going to go like this. And then I need another branch for this one. So I'm going to have this one come down here. And this one's gonna overlap and touch the next tree or be in front of it. Whoops. So it looks like this.
Like that.
And then, yeah, and then if you want little branches, you can put little branches here, but then you can also make it come to like a little point. Like that. And let me get another piece. And I'm gonna tear this, whoops. See, that's okay. And then I'm just gonna have this one come off in there. Keep tearing. And then this one I'll have come up here. So this tree right here has 1, 2, 3 limbs. And this extra, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna put anything here because I want the moon to be able to be in here. Okay, so you'll need a pencil also. So your pencil, you're gonna use to draw the ground. So down here, I'm going to draw the ground and I'm just gonna draw over all of this. So it can be wavy. So this is snow.
Jump on K-bar.
So there is the ground and that's going to, we're not gonna paint over this because this is going to be the ground and not the sky. Okay, and then to make the moon, you get 2 pieces of small tape and you're going to overlap them to make a wider space so that we can draw the moon on here. Does that make sense? So you're overlapping 2 pieces to make the moon. Okay, then on here, I'm just going to draw a circle. You can draw it by hand, or if you want to trace something, you can. Maybe a cap to a bottle. Here, I have my water here, so I'm going to use my bottle cap. Open it.
What's next? I know
So-
what's next on the schedule.
So I'm just going to trace it so you can see it. So you might have to press a little hard. There. There's my circle.
Go to
Okay.
scissors.
And then scissors. I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut around. So that I have the moon. So I'm just going to, and it gets sticky.
I thought we were gonna put scissors.
For what? Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so here,
Here.
I'm just cutting around.
Get there.
There. All right. And then this, I'm going to put this here, but I want it a little smaller because it's a little too big still. So I'm going to trim around and make it a little smaller. Not much. You might have enough room and it might be fine, but I'm going to trim mine a little so I have more room to show the moon, to show the full moon. Okay, that looks a little better. So I'm going to put that moon right there. So I have some white space here and some white space there, and then I'm going to press that down. Okay. And I'll give you a minute to catch up.
What? I will soon as you.
I had this one where I had the full moon. I had it over one of my trees, so it was behind it. You can do that too, but I wanted to have it so that you could see all the way around it. Like this one here, you can see all the way around it for my crescent moon. And let me know when you're ready for the next step, Mikey.
It's very sticky.
I know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Super. All right, now we need to get our brush. You might have a little plastic tube around your brush to protect it. You can take that off.
Wait, a little tube.
Do you have a tube around yours or no?
No?
Oh, perfect. Okay, then I will carry on. So you get your brush and you go right into your paint, take your lid off. And we definitely want to make sure that we have the black on there. So I'm just going to dip my brush in straight into this glitter paint and I'm going to paint. And I'm going to go across. I'm going across the whole sky and I'm going to stop when I get to the bottom where the snow is. So I know where that, whoops, oh, my brush fell apart.
Wait, your brush fell apart?
It did, look, it came apart.
I didn't know they could come apart.
Yeah, if you work it, this is an old brush. So there's the bottom and then here's the top. So I'm just gonna go through and I'm going to paint and you're gonna go across everything. And you wanna go.
I think I know what the cardboard thing is. Is it the same to hold our picture up?
Which cardboard? The back or the little guy?
Like, not the other one. Like, not this one.
There should be another little piece like this. I'll show you what we can do this with. Use that. once we're done with the background. So you're just going to paint across everything, side to side. And if you want some purple in there, you can put some, ooh, the purple looks neat in there. And make sure there's no white showing. Like right here, make sure that you're filling in right up to the tape. And if it's thick, that's okay. Don't worry if it looks too thick, because it'll dry and it'll look beautiful. So then we just go over, filling in. You may have to dab in the corners and then just go back and forth. So then you should have a little left over that you can make another painting. You can save it for fun, for some free paint that you want to do. Okay. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to, so that's adding the background. Okay. It looks messy, but that's okay. And then we're going to let this dry. I'm going to just wave it in the air. I'm just going to wave it like this on the side to make it dry a little bit. And then I'm going to get another piece of paper for the black. And I'll show you why. So once you're done, once this dries, if you can use some of the blue in there, you can lightly here. I'm going to clean my brush real quick. I'm going to show you what we can do with a little bit of this. Okay, so I didn't go crazy with cleaning my brush. I pretty much just ran it under water to get most of the paint off. So it's still wet. So now I can go in and touch that blue. Get the blue or whatever color you want to use. And for the snow, you can just paint over it and then it'll be lighter. See how it's lighter? That's how we get this lighter part down here. So then we'll just get the water from the brush and we'll go back and forth so that it's lighter. So you'll have the dark of the sky and it'll be lighter. So I just wet my brush under the sink and I'm going right to the sky, right to the sky. And again, just going over.
Some paint on my tape.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You can do that. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen when we pull the tape off. You can wait for yours because this part's going to get a little messy because it's not quite dry yet. I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So when I peel this off, it should be white underneath. Okay, you ready? There I go. I'm going to peel and I'm going to take my time and peel. So there's one. And this is messy because I'm not waiting and it's still wet. So I'm going to put this off to the side on a towel. So here's my towel. And then I take another piece off. I'll take another tree limb off. And then I peel. So you'll see as I peel it, Mikey, it comes off. And then the white of the birch tree is left. And I think I have another one. Nope, I don't on that one. So I can pull this tree. And then I pull, oh, look at that white birch tree come out. Yay. Awesome.
Whoa, that picture's
so-
cool.
Yeah, so then you peel it because the tape protected the paper. So no paint went wherever it went. And then I'm going to peel this. And this is going to come down. And I put it on a, I got my finger dirty now. That's okay. Then I'm going to peel this one down. Do you have another class, Mikey? Or is this it?
The last one is language.
Okay. All right. You can log off.
Oh yeah, it's 109.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I didn't know this.
All right. So that, oh, can I? So then lastly, what I'm going to do is that I take this little piece of cardboard and I'm going to leave the moon. The moon is right here. I'm going to leave the moon on there. And now we're going to use the black. So I'm going to put a little of the black on a piece of cardboard I have next to me. And I'm only going to need a little. Or you can dip your brush in there if it's clean. But you're only going to need a little black like this. Less than toothpaste you would put on your toothbrush when you brush your teeth. Okay, now we're going to make these trees look like this. So we're going to add in the bark texture. So to do that, we're going to dip our cardboard. And where did my piece go? I spy, oh, there it is. So here's my little piece. So I'm going to, you could either use the wide part or the thin part, whoops, or you can cut it. You can get a pair of scissors and you can cut your cardboard too. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to dip it in the black. And I'm going to put the cardboard with a little bit of paint on it. I'm going to touch the edge and I'm going to drag it a little bit and touch and drag, touch and drag. So you can practice. And then this is how you're going to get the texture of the trees. So I'm going to start with this big one here. So I dipped my cardboard. Let me move my brush. I dip the cardboard and then I go to the edge and I go across. Oops, let me do that again so that we can see it. So I go to the edge and I come in. So not only are you going to go on this side, we dip it again. And you want to, if it doesn't go all the way, that's okay. And then you're going to go from this side in. So from the outside, you're going to go in. And you're going to go back and forth. And that gives you the texture of the birch tree. And I believe that where the black parts on the birch tree is where we get, when you see it on a tree, that is when there's a growth there, that's the medicine. The chaga, that is for to help you when you're not feeling good. Oops, I got some of the sky on that one, and that's all right. And then here's this little tree here, this little branch. Okay, so this part is done to the bottom. Let me just add a little more here. And dip, and then we come here. So then this branch is going to cross. And I'm just going to have it go like this. Go in here. And I'm going to drag it across. And there's more. Then I have to have my tree come to a point because it's in front of this tree. And I'll make it come in like that. And then this part will come in. And that's that tree. I'll continue coming down, coming down, coming down, going across. Going across. Just don't cover the whole tree with the black. If you want to make it more dirty, you know, like where it's like a lighter gray, don't put so much paint on. And then you're just to the edge. Oh, my battery is low. Okay, and I'm just dipping and adding more. Turning it around. Coming over here. Dip. Touch the corners and then drag it in. And then I go to the other tree and bring it in. And then when it's all done, you are going to peel the last paper, which is the moon. So I'm going to carefully, oh, there we go. So I just went in the middle and I'm going to pull that top part and carefully pull, because my fingers are now blue because I didn't wait for it to dry, but you can wait for it. Oh, there we go. Got under it and I'm going to peel it. Yay, I got it. And then we had some leftover color on our brush where you can add some of the texture of the moon. And by doing that, to add the texture, I'm just going to dab. I'm going to turn the light off part so you can see it a little bit more. So I have the blue on there. If you wanted a little of the black, you would just dip it in the black so it looks more gray if you wanted to. And then you could add some texture of the moon with gray. And let me focus on that so you can see that texture for the moon. And you can add a little. So when you get a chance to look at the moon in the sky, you can add some of that in there like that. Okay, and that is how we are. I'm just going to finish up my birch tree. Go a little faster. And do the side branches. And some texture over here to make the bark look rough. You could even go across. You could almost stamp it too, and you can go across. So that's what the cardboard's for. Okay? And when you're finished, you peel off the border. There's one. And you can send me a picture of this when it is all dry and completed. There's two. Then we have the bottom. Carefully pull, because you don't want to rip your beautiful painting. And then the last part. Oh, I think this one we wrapped around. Yep. Holding the paper down here. And we peel. And then, ta-da, we're all done. And then you take a picture of this. If you want to, you can sign your name at the bottom also. You can sign your name at the bottom with a pencil or a fine tip black marker. So your name goes down there and you send this to me and then we will put this in the journal. That looks awesome. Take a look at the glitter. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, so send me a photo. I can't wait to see these as we finish. And if you have any questions, send me a comment in Seesaw. All right, thank you. Want to go?